There is a specific type of person you have probably seen. Nice car in the driveway, latest phone in their hand, fresh clothes every time you see them, eating out constantly, nice apartment in a good area. From the outside, they look like they have money. From the inside, their bank account tells a completely different story. This is the fake rich lifestyle, and in 2026, it is more common and more financially destructive than it has ever been before, because financing things that make you look wealthy has never been easier. One-click approvals, buy now, pay later, 0 down, no interest for 12 months. The entire financial industry has been quietly engineered to make broke feel like rich as long as you don't look at the monthly statement too carefully. Today we are going to look at the 5 specific things that fake rich people finance that quietly guarantee they will never build real wealth. And the reason this matters is not to judge anyone. It is because most people doing this have no idea they are doing it. It feels completely normal. It feels like what adults do when they start earning decent money. And that feeling is exactly what makes it so dangerous. Number 1. The car. This is the biggest one and it is not close. The average monthly car payment in America in 2026 is $735 for a new vehicle. $735 every single month going towards something that is worth less every single day you own it. A new car loses roughly 20% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. In the first 5 years, it loses around 60% of its total value. So you are paying $735 a month to own something that is actively destroying your wealth while you sleep. But here is the part that makes this genuinely devastating. The people financing expensive cars are almost never doing it because they can actually afford them. They are doing it because the monthly payment felt manageable. And that is the trap. The car industry does not want you thinking about the total price. They want you thinking about the monthly number. Can you handle $735 a month? Sure. Does financing $45,000 for a vehicle that will be worth $18,000 in 5 years make any financial sense whatsoever? Absolutely not. The genuinely wealthy do not finance expensive new cars. They either buy used cars outright or they drive reliable vehicles that are paid off. What they do not do is trade hundreds of thousands of dollars in lifetime wealth for a car that impresses people at traffic lights. Number 2. Designer clothes and accessories on credit. Fashion has been completely broken by buy now, pay later in 2026. Klarna, Afterpay, credit cards with minimum payments. You can walk out of any store wearing $2,000 worth of clothing having paid $67 today. And it feels like a deal. It feels like smart shopping. It is neither of those things. Clothes depreciate to 0. A $500 jacket you finance is not an asset. It is a liability with interest attached to it. And the people who consistently finance their wardrobe are the same people who consistently have nothing in savings, because every month a significant portion of their income is going toward looking wealthy, rather than becoming wealthy. Real wealth does not have a dress code. Warren Buffett famously still lives in the same house he bought in 1958. The people who look the richest in your social circle are statistically the least likely to actually be building wealth. The correlation between looking expensive and being financially secure is negative, not neutral. Negative. Number 3. Furniture and home decor on financing. This one catches people by surprise because it feels responsible. You need furniture. You need a place to live. You need things to sit on and sleep in. All true. What you do not need is $8,000 worth of furniture from a showroom financed over 36 months because they offered you 0% interest for the first year. Furniture financing is one of the most common traps in the fake rich lifestyle because it hides behind the appearance of practicality. You are not buying something frivolous. You are furnishing your home. But $8,000 in furniture debt is still $8,000 in furniture debt, regardless of how reasonable the individual items felt in the store. And the people who finance their furniture almost always finance the next upgrade too. Because by the time the first set is paid off, they are bored of it, and the showroom has a new collection. The pattern is the problem, not any single purchase. Number 4. Holidays and experiences on credit. This is the one people defend the hardest. You only live once. Experiences matter more than things. Memories are priceless. All of that is true, and none of it makes financing a vacation you cannot afford any less financially destructive. The average American carried over $1,300 in vacation-related credit card debt in 2025, meaning millions of people are still paying interest on a trip they took last year. The trip is over. The memories are real. The debt and the interest are also very real and still showing up on the monthly statement. There is nothing wrong with traveling. There is everything wrong with borrowing money to travel and then paying 24% annual interest on the beach photos while you're back at work. A $4,000 vacation, financed on a credit card at 24% interest that you pay off over 2 years, actually costs you closer to $5,000. You paid $1,000 extra for a trip that already happened. Wealthy people take vacations. They pay for them in cash from money they specifically saved for that purpose. That is the entire difference. Number 5. The latest phone every single year. The smartphone upgrade cycle is one of the most successful wealth extraction systems ever built, and almost nobody talks about it in financial terms. The average iPhone in 2026 costs over $1,000. Most people do not buy it outright. They finance it through their carrier for $45 a month, and the moment their current financing deal ends, they upgrade again. New phone, new financing, new $45 a month. Over a 10-year period, this habit cost the average person between $10,000 and $15,000 in phone spending alone. A phone that 2 years ago was the best technology available does not suddenly stop making calls or running apps just because a newer version exists. It stops feeling exciting. That is not the same thing. The phone industry has spent billions of dollars training your brain to experience a perfectly functional device as inadequate, and it is working. The fake rich upgrade every year because the new model just dropped. The actually wealthy use their phone until it genuinely needs replacing. Small habit. Massive difference in lifetime wealth accumulation. Here is the thread connecting all 5 of these things. None of them feel irresponsible in the moment. The car payment felt manageable. The clothes were on sale. The furniture was 0% interest. The vacation was a once-in-a-lifetime trip. The phone upgrade was only $45 more a month. Each individual decision has a justification that sounds completely reasonable. That is exactly why the fake rich lifestyle is so effective at keeping people broke. It does not feel like being broke. It feels like living well. And every month the monthly payments quietly consume the money that should have been building wealth, funding investments, and creating the kind of financial security that means you never have to finance anything because you actually have the money. The difference between fake rich and actually wealthy is not income. It is what you do with income when it arrives. One group turns income into monthly payments. The other turns income into assets. One of those groups retires with options. The other retires with regret.